Any idea of what is accounts receivable and how different it is from accounts payable?
We receive purchase order from customers
No, it's
and
not
we
called
supply
purchase
goods.
order.
Sales order.
Okay, it's called sales order. Yes, not purchase order. If you are purchasing something, it's purchase order. If you are selling something, it's called sales order. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more or less like same accounts payable, wherein instead of purchase order, you will have sales order. Instead of purchase order invoice, you have sales order invoice. Instead of vendor payments, you will have customer payments. Okay, and most of the things are common or same or relatable. The process activities that you would do are relatable mostly. One second. Yeah. So to begin with, actually, we'll start today by discussing about O2C cycle. So just like in purchase order in the accounts payable, we have P2P cycle, right? So here in accounts receivable, we have O2C cycle, also called as order to cash. Give me a second, guys. I'm just getting an important call. Let me finish and I'll come back. Sorry for the break. Yeah. So we were about to discuss order to cash cycle. So order to cash cycle is more or less like P2P cycle only. I mean like procure to pay cycle only, kind of the same. So let's see how different it is or what are the steps involved in order to cash cycle. Does anybody have any idea? The steps in order to cash? Anyone? Okay, what is the first step in P2P cycle?
To identify the requirements on various department.
Okay, after that?
We have to convey this to procurement team
And
then have to pre-requisition.
yeah, purchase requisition. Procurement team will create a purchase requisition.
And will send for the approval. Once
Yeah.
it backs, we'll ask for a quotations from the vendors in the market.
Okay.
After receiving after analyzing and comparing the terms and conditions from the vendor quotations,
we'll finalize the vendor.
Analyze the vendor and create a purchase order. Yes.
Okay. In the same way, it will also start with here in O2C cycle, we sell our goods, right? So we'll start it with the creation of a sales quotation. Okay. Creation of sales quotation or prospectus. So for both of them, the process is same. Okay. Creation of sales quotation or prospectus. See, whenever you want to buy some goods, normally you will ask for quotations, right, from vendors. In the same way, if the customers want to buy goods from you, they will also ask quotation from you, right? What is the quotation for one particular good? How much you are charging for this particular good or this with these configurations and all details? They will ask you. So you might also have to circulate your sales quotation or prospectus in the market so that customers will understand what is your pricing details or how much discount you're offering or taxes that you are charging. So everything can be understood by customers only when they look at your sales quotation or prospectus that you would share with them. Prospectus is nothing but a sales template only. I mean, how much you are charging and all details, the product details and the pricing details will be mentioned in this quotation or prospectus. So it will start with that creation of sales quotation and prospectus. So you can send a sales quotation to a specific customer. If he asks you, you can send it. Prospectus is like a kind of publishment. So you can publish a prospectus like you are selling this many goods or you have these many goods and you are selling them at this much pricing in your company or through your company. These are the offers that you hold. That's a kind of prospectus. Sales quotation means it's like for individual customer or you can send a sales quotation saying that for you we are offering this much. You can select this offer and you can buy the goods from us. That's the first step. So the next step would be sending the quotations to customers or clients, whoever you call. Customers mostly, what we call in Dynamics. So you will send these quotations to customers. So customer might either reject the quotation saying that I don't need these goods because the pricing is high or some other reasons of his own, or some other customer will confirm the quotation saying that we liked it, we like the pricing and the quotation, we want goods from you. So he confirmed the quotation means he requested you to deliver the goods or sell the goods to him. So where you have confirmed the quotation. So once after confirming the quotation by a customer, you will create a sales order. Create sales order for the customer. So in sales order, you will include all details like which good you are selling, how much quantity you are selling, with how much price you are selling. All those details will be included in the sales order. Okay. Once upon you creating a sales order for the customer, you can also receive some advance receipts if any. Advance receipts, also called as customer prepayments, right? So advance receipts from customers. So normally we pay advance payments to or prepayments to vendors, right? In the same way, we'll receive advance receipts from customers. Like on a purchase order, we can receive 10% or 15% like that. So we can receive some advance receipts from customers. The sixth step would be delivery of goods. Delivery of goods in the sense, once you agree to deliver the goods to the customer, you will deliver it by the specific date, right? So you will select your medium of delivery and you will deliver the goods. So once you deliver the goods, you will post packing slip in Dynamics. So this is what called as specific to Dynamics post packing slip. Normally, when you receive the goods, you will post product receipt, right? In the same manner, in accounts receivable, you have packing slip. Once you deliver the goods from your side to the customer, you will post packing slip that the goods are being delivered or goods are delivered to the customer. So once you deliver the goods, customer will receive the goods, right? So once he receives the goods, he might confirm that the goods are received and we can send the invoice to the business address of the customer. So generate and post a sales invoice and send it to customer. So you will generate and post a sales invoice for the amount of goods that you have delivered, and you will add all the charges, taxes, everything on the sales order invoice, and you will send it to the business address of the customer, so that someone in the customer business office will look into your invoice, will look into the terms of payment, what will be the due date and all, in cash discount that you have offered and all details, and they will settle you. Okay, then the next step will be receiving the payment from the customers. Receive payment against the invoice from the customer. So the next step would be settlement. Settlement of invoice to payment. If at all it is not settled initially, if it is settled during payment itself, then no need. The next step and the last step would be goods returns or credit note or returned order, if any, like that. So credit note or returned order and refunds. So I'll just push it back. Yeah. So this would be the points. Normally we have. Yeah. So these are the 10 points we have in O2C cycle, more or less relatable to P2P cycle. And let me know if you have any confusion in these points or if you did not understand anything in this, anyone. Sairam, Seshu, Sushila. Most of you might be having idea already. All clear for all of you? Bala, Saideep, Naveen. So it's not so much complicated. It's an easy process. Just like now you have to look from the perspective of a company selling the goods. Earlier you have a view of the company buying the goods. Now you have to sell the goods. So both are common in business, right? You will buy goods that you want and you will sell the goods that you manufacture, or you might sell the goods that you bought itself. So the goods that you bought, you will add your margin of profit and you will sell it. So it can be same, or the buying and selling process is inevitable, or we can't take off from the business usually. So there will be a different form of buying and selling, but every business will run with the same process, buying and selling. Whatever will be the products or differences, it will be in the products, but still we have buyings and sellings. This is specifically on the selling side, or the O2C or order to cash cycle. So in interview, they will also ask you this question. Along with P2P cycle, they will also ask O2C cycle. So both combinedly called as trade cycles. Okay, trade in the sense buying and selling, both includes trade. So trade cycles means both P2P cycle as well as O2C cycle, order to cash cycle, or the accounts receivable cycle, as you can say anything. Step by step process of accounts receivable operations in Dynamic. If this is clear, yeah, we'll go with our configurations. Let's see what is up. Accounts receivable, yeah, order to cash, we have discussed. Methods of payment, yeah, we'll get back to that topic. Cash discounts is one topic we have. Okay, let's see. In MRF, we know already how to configure cash discounts. On the accounts payable side, we have configured cash discounts, right? So that cash discounts are actually shared. So if you create an accounts payable, they are also available in accounts receivable as well. So in accounts receivable, again under payment setup and the last menu, just like in accounts payable payment setup, in accounts receivable also we have payment setup. In that we have the same setups like this here. Cash discounts, as I was saying, if you want to open cash discounts, you can open cash discounts here. See, I can see cash discounts again here. The same cash discount that we have created in the accounts payable will automatically show up in the accounts receivable as well, because for the accounts receivable discounts also we already gave accounts for these codes, so you can use the same codes in accounts receivable as well. I mean 10%, 2%, 30 days and conditions, or you can configure your own codes too for accounts receivable purpose. If you have 10% 15 days, you can configure that code 10% 15 days and you can give net 15 days here and percentage as 10, and the accounts will remain same. You can create another new code In the same manner, you can create cash discount codes. It's the same page, either for accounts payable or accounts receivable. And if you create any codes here, they will also reflect in accounts payable again. It's a common page for both accounts payable and accounts receivable, specific to this legal entity. Okay, remember, specific to MRF only. Clear, guys? We already discussed about configuring cash discount code, so we are not again discussing this, and we'll skip to the next topic if this is okay for you. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it
Fine. Okay, fine. Then we'll discuss this one. Charges. We'll come back again to charges. Terms of payment. Yeah. So we'll see terms of payment in the cash discounts. I mean the vendor's customer side. So terms of payment will be again under payment setup here. So you have the same terms of payment that you have done in the accounts payable. You can use the same, or you can create new terms of payments if you want. The logics and the page configurations, everything is same to same. Okay, nothing is different. It's a common menu or shared menu again for accounts payable and accounts receivable both. If you create something here, it will again reflect in accounts payable as well for usage. This is also same terms of payment. Other than this, we have other configurations, small configurations like payment days also you have, right? So you also have this payment days here. Payment days, the same payment days from the accounts payable are showing up here in the accounts receivable as well. Same, whatever you configure in payable, I mean the same manner you can see them in the receivable as well. If you want something different, you can add those codes that you want to. Doesn't really change. Other than that, we have terms of payment. We have seen payment schedules also same. There is no variance. We see we have these payment schedules, right? 3 months, fixed quantity, fixed amount, specific schedule, total payment at a time. So these schedules are also same. Okay. Other than this, what all that differs is, if I would say, methods of payments will differ. Because for vendors, if you want to pay, you will use different methods of payment. Receiving from customers, you might use different methods of payment. So methods of payments will slightly differ. You can also have common methods of payment, but it is not a shared page. Methods of payment is not a shared page. You have to create your separate methods of payments for receipts from the customers. Okay, and charge codes. Here we have charge codes. So charge codes also will be different because there on the accounts payable page, you normally have tax codes that you have to pay to the vendors. Here you will have tax codes which you will receive from the customers, or the charges that you might incur and you will collect from the customers, or there can be third-party charges which you might have to bear it. So those kind of charge codes we normally have here in the accounts receivable side. So let's see about methods of payments here. This one. So we see it's an empty form. The accounts payable methods of payments are not copied to accounts receivable because from both the sides payments will be different, right? So in accounts payable side, normally you print check when you issue check, but in customer payments, you don't print check, right? No need to print check. You will receive checks normally. You don't have to print any check. So that's why we don't have any export formats and all those details. So you can create your new method of payment just like cash. Give it as cash receipt. Payment status, you can say none, keep it as none, or mostly we will have received. Normally for vendor side transactions, we keep sent, right? Methods of payment, we keep it as sent payment status. But for this, we can keep it as received. So for cash, I'll keep it as none. And these are all details are same, like according to invoice date or invoice, or according to the due date, or according to the due falling into week, or the total invoices totaled into a single payment using the cash receipt payment or cash payment of customer. So you can give these details here. Again, the menu that we have is all same for the methods of payments on the customer side as well as for the vendor side. So I'll create one method of payment as check here. Check receipt, right? We are not paying. So payment status, I'll keep it as received. So that whenever the payment status is only in the status of received, then only I can post the check. So I'll show you how we can manually change the status from none to received. Without changing it, you can't post it. It's one obligation we have. So I can save it. So here I can keep invoice or total, my wish. And you can give those particular ledger accounts or bank accounts that you want to use. Okay. Or you can also give the transaction type, bank transaction type, actually where it is. Here bank transaction type, it's check receipt, right? Check receipt is somewhere here, 03 check receipt. You can give like this, and you can also give this posting payment controls. Bank transaction type is mandatory. Yes, we have associated bank transaction type already, right? So it will automatically take. Offset account has the type bank. Yes. Deposit slip is mandatory means, yeah, there is a concept called as deposit slip or printing deposit slip during customer payments. I'll show you why. We thought of discussing it already while we were discussing about cash and bank management module. We just left over this topic to discuss during accounts receivable. So I'll just keep it as is. Payment reference is mandatory. Yes, I'll also keep it as compulsory payment reference too. Let's see. Other than this, we don't have any export formats. See, for on the vendor side, we normally have export formats, right, for printing checks and all. Here in accounts receivable side, you don't have any generation of checks and printing it. You can keep if you want to, but there is no option to generate a check or print the check, because this is in the receipt side, right? We receive checks from the customer. They only have their own number, check numbers, and they will give their checks in post to us. We don't print anything, so no need of any export formats for this customer side payments. Here I can give this as check. Give it as electronic receipts. Payment status, let it be none. And I can give the posting type as bank account type as electronic receipt 05. Bank transaction type is mandatory. Offset account should have a bank. I'll give it in that way. Okay. Then I can give this payment type as electronic payment here. Then you can use one more, like you can use credit card, UPI, anything. You can create according to the requirement of the client. You can create methods of payments. So UPI receipts, I can say someone who is paying you through Google Pay, Phone Pay, or any other source like UPI. For this also I'll keep it as none. Payment type I'll keep it other only. So I'll have bank again, because UPI payments are done through bank itself, right? So for UPI I have this one, 07 UPI. I'll give the bank transaction type as is. So bank transaction type is mandatory. Offset account has the type bank. Okay. So that's how I can create the same methods of payment as in that accounts payable module mostly. So any confusion in this configuration? It doesn't really differ. It's the same configuration mostly, but the uses slightly differ. I'll show you in the customer payment journals how to post them using different methods of payments. Is it clear, guys, how to configure these methods of payments in accounts receivable module? All good? Okay. Okay. I mean, it's same as the accounts payable module. Nothing changes actually. You can work on it, configuring, no problem. Other than this, what else we have? Charges we'll discuss after few classes actually, because charges we normally apply in sales orders only, right? So as and when we arrive at that topic, we'll create these charges and all. Other than that, we have common setups, customer groups, customer posting profiles, creation of customers. The same way we have we have vendors, right? In the same manner, we can also create customer groups. We can categorize our customers according to group wise. So may it be any category, like you can categorize them as domestic customers, foreign customers, or retail customers, wholesale customers, and distribution customers, like that. Or you can categorize your customers in any way, so depending upon the nature of the business. So nature of the business means if it is a hospital industry, normally they have patients as the customers. So within that patients, you can categorize patients belonging to one particular department, like neurology patients, oncology patients, cardiology patients, like that. You can differentiate if you want to differentiate the patients. If not, I mean, if it is any other business like a selling business, or when you sell the products, you have retailers, wholesalers who will buy from you, right? Somebody is a wholesaler, he'll buy from you and later he will distribute it, or he will look into his business after adding margin. Some people will be retailers who will be buying from you, or some people will be distributors or end consumers also will be there, whoever will order from you directly from the website of the company, like that. Or some customers will be like online customers, walk-in store customers. You can differentiate your customers in any way according to the nature of the business and according to the requirement of the client. Okay. So let us try to create a customer group or customer groups to see how we can create them. See, to create a customer groups, I'll be in accounts receivable module. Under setup, I have customer groups here. This one, customer groups. Accounts receivable, setup, customer groups. So I can select customer groups. So it's an empty page. I can create some customer groups here. So before that, I'll also show you how the customers are categorized in USMF company, just for the example sake. So accounts receivable, setup, customer groups. See here, you can see they have their customer groups in this way: wholesale customers, intercompany retail customers, major customers, retail customers, internet customers means whoever is buying from the website or ordering online. Then other customers and intercompany customers. If you are doing intercompany trade, you might have intercompany customers, like that. So let's see for another legal entity, DEMF. For suppose for this, do we have anything? So here also majorly they have the same: wholesale, major customers, internet customers, other customers, intercompany customers, retail customers. Let's see for something else, USSI. Same. They have major, regular, strategic, other, intercompany. You can create USRT. Let's see in this retail company. This USRT is a retail company. So here also I have wholesale, major, internet customers, employees they have. Again, I don't know why they have employees. Other customers, so employees generally be created as vendors. Okay, intercompany customers they have. So let's see. Let's try to create some customer groups in our legal entity as well. So let's create 101 as wholesale customers. So I'll create one more 02 as retail customers, 03 online customers. In this manner I can create. So 01, 2, 3, according to this order it has placed them. So you can give default terms of payment to your customer groups as well, so that whenever a customer is created within this group, this default terms of payment will get attached to it or defaults into the customer master automatically, or to the customer, that particular customer, whoever is created under this group. For this, I'll give it as net 30 days For retailers, I'll give short time, like net 15 days. For online customers, it's COD, cash on delivery. Whenever they receive the goods, they have to, or whenever they receive the invoice, they have to make payment. So I'll just give it as COD. Here it's the same time between invoice due date and payment date. If you can give any grace time like net 2 days like that, you can give that grace time here. You can also see the same terms of payments only appearing. You can create a short time like net 1 day, net 2 days like grace time between invoice date and payment date. Invoice due date and payment date you can create. So here I can see one more, like default write off reason. So if you configure reason codes, normally you can see that reason here. Default write off reason means what is write off, guys? Any idea what is write off?
If customer is unable to pay, that time we have to write off that amount.
Correct. If customer is not able to pay the balance or is not paying how many ever times you have asked, so we'll normally create write off, or we will create it as a bad debt firstly, or provision for bad debts like that. And if he's not paying, we'll write off the balance directly, and we will not do trade with that customer again because he's not paying, right? So in that way, if at all there is, if any of this customer from this group is not paying, so what should be the default write off reason? So you can say default write off reason can be like customer IP, insolvent customer, or customer is not willing to pay, or you can give anything, any write off reasons. It's not compulsory. While you do write off journals, normally you can give reasons from there itself. So you can give some default tax groups if you want to, and prices include sales tax option for the set of customer groups. It's not required actually. You can give any if you want to. For default tax group, you can give for this group of customers. Normally for wholesale customers, we can charge this much of tax. For retail customers, so if I said retails, it should be retail, right? Yeah, for retail customers, this much of tax, and for online customers, this much of tax. If there is any variance in tax codes, you can give them. That's all about the customer groups. It's more or less like the same vendor groups only. The other details also will look like same. The posting profiles and the customer master will also look like the same. I'll show you that one as well. Okay, the next configuration will be customer posting profile, right? So let's see what is customer posting profile, how we can create it. You know, vendor posting profile, right? It will look as it is customer posting profile, but instead of vendors, you will have customers, customer groups, and instead of accounts payable account, you will have accounts receivable account. That's all. So it is in accounts receivable module. Posting profile will be always under setup. So I can see under setup customer posting profiles here. Accounts receivable, setup, customer posting profiles. Accounts receivable, setup, customer posting profiles. So what is posting profile, guys?
Account receivable. General.
It has
It's a link between the link created between the account, I mean subledger account and the ledger account.
So that's Susila's definition. Anybody have any other definition?
It acts as a link between the ledger account and the subledger account,
Okay,
which is the vendor accounts and the accounts payable summary account.
Correct. Posting profile is a configuration where we link the subledger account to the general ledger account, or you can say general ledger account to subledger account anyway. Subledgers include accounts payable, accounts receivable, fixed assets, and tax modules. Everywhere you have this posting profile concept, or the area where you can link them. So item groups is also a kind of posting profile, right? In item group, you generally link the main accounts to items. So that's also a subledger module, right? Product information management or inventory management, everything is a subledger. So whatever transactions you do related to those modules, the accounts from there will be picked automatically. So posting profile is the that in every interview they will definitely ask you this question: what is posting profile? Why do we have posting profiles, or what is the significance of posting profile in Dynamics? Be prepared with at least 4 to 5 lines. I'll tell you the interview techniques later during completing of the course. Okay, for now I'll navigate you to customer posting profiles, where I see there is a posting profile already. So, but in this I did not give any accounts and all details. Actually, I'll just delete this. Okay, and I'll create one more, or just create like the same. So it's the same like vendor posting profile. I'll give general here. I'll give the name general customer posting profile. Right. So here we can add customer groups or customers. So if it is table means you can add a customer. See, we don't have any customer accounts, right? We did not create any yet. So I don't see anything empty here. Or you can select group. Group means for a customer group, you can select an account. Or you can select all, means for all the customers, you have a single account, summary account. So you can give something like this as accounts receivable account, right? Do we have that account? I think no. We'll create that account. Okay, accounts receivable account. What is the nature of accounts receivable account, guys? Or what is the main account type for accounts
An
receivable
asset.
account?
It's an asset.
Asset.
It's an asset.
We are receiving the amounts from the customers. It's a summary account for all the customers, so it will be a asset for us.
Connections, correct. Since we are out to receive money from the customers, and that would be the balance that we shown in the accounts receivable accounts. So usually we'll create accounts receivable account as a asset account. So let me give you a number like 1,20,000. Accounts receivable and account type is asset. Save it. Close it. 1,20,000, right? So I'll just give that account here. 1,20,000 account. Come on, shop here. So again, you can create different, so you can differentiate your accounts or create multiple accounts or give multiple accounts for different groups. See, for wholesale group, you can create accounts receivable wholesale, accounts receivable retail, accounts receivable online customers. You can maintain separate accounts also. It's not compulsory that you have single account for all customers. According to group wise also, most of the clients will maintain different accounts. Here for making the situation easy, I just selected all the customers into a single main account, or for all the customers I have given a single account. So as I was saying, you can differentiate it always using, you can select different accounts, especially for each customer by selecting table option, or for a group of customers by selecting group option. Okay, always possible. You can add them within a single posting profile itself here, one under one each other. You can add, rather than creating multiple posting profiles, one for each separate group. You can add all of the groups here in the single posting profile, and that is the correct setup. Okay, to remember this one. Then liquidity account for payments. So normally you don't have any liquidity account for payments because you don't pay, right? For vendors, you have liquidity account for payments where you can check the cash account balance, how much it is there for making payments for vendors. But in accounts receivable, there won't be any liquidity account for payments. Generally, it's not required. Sales tax prepayments means in case if there are any prepayments of customer prepayments made through prepayment journal, then you have this sales tax prepayment. Okay, then other than that, we have liabilities for discount account. So I'm not sure why this account is used at all. Liabilities for discount. So normally discount is recorded as an expense, but liabilities for discount, I think you can maintain provision for it since it's an expense and you will incur it maybe in future when customer pay the invoice amount for you. You will have that loss, right? For that you can record a liability maybe. Collection letter sequence and interest code are two options we have. Normally, collection letter sequence is a process. Collection letters is a process where you can give collection letters to customers for indicating them to pay your invoice money. So you can send custom collection letters one by one on day by day or after 1 week by week to the customers saying that see your money is pending on this invoice, pay it. Interest code is something we can give here because if at all they are not paying, we can also charge interest on the amount that they have to pay, right? We have proofs already that for the amount that they have to pay, so we will keep on charging interest, and at the end we will ask the total amount plus the interest that is calculated. So for that, what is the default interest code you can give here? So this collection letter sequences or collection letters and interest codes are actually configured in another module called as credit and collections. So there is a separate module for collection of balances from customers. I'll show you the overview of that module once after completing accounts receivable. Okay, it's somewhere here. Credit and collections will be here. This module. It's a very small module. We have only 2 or 3 things to do in this. I'll show you. So these are also the same. Allow automatic settlement. Again, if you want to settle any invoices to payments automatically, you can allow this parameter. Again, this parameter is dependent on the main parameter that is in the accounts receivable parameters. And interest, yes, calculate interest. Yes, you can say calculate interest. Collection letters, yes, collection letters are enabled. You can enable it for this posting profile. So if you give here, or if you enable it, means you can give some collection letters or interest code here. If for that you should have configurations in place. It's not necessary that you have to give them here, but if you give them here, it's just a kind of indication or everything is in place. Whoever will look into the posting profile will understand the nature of these customers, what is the account included, what is the interest code, chargeable interest on the delay in the vendor payment, sorry, customer payments, like this. So here also you can create a prepayment posting profile for customer prepayments. Customer prepayment posting profile. So what do we use in customer prepayments? Any idea? We'll just select all.
Use all.
Liability.
That's a
What account? Somebody said something.
It's a liability.
Liability account. Why liability account?
Customer
Because
made
we are
prepayment
receiving
to us.
money advance.
Correct. We are receiving money in advance, and at any time we are liable to repay the money back to the customer. When we cannot fulfill the order, we have to repay the money to the customer, right? So we will record it as a liability. So we can create one liability account as so. So liability account is 2 series account, right? So I'll just create a new account. 2,40,000. Customer prepayments or prepayment liability. Save. It as a liability account here and save it. So that's all. That's how we create posting profiles for customers. Same like vendors, just that the logic is same. Just that this account changes. Summary account will change from accounts payable to accounts receivable. And prepayment there we have prepayment expense or vendor prepayment. Here we have customer prepayment. That one is an asset account. This is a liability account. I mean this one. Here under general accounts receivable is a asset account. There in general profile, accounts payable is a liability account. Okay. And additionally, you have these options here like collection letters and interest codes. That's all about posting profiles. Okay. Other than this, If this is clear, we'll go to the next topic, creation of customers. I'll just create few customers today. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the menu details within the customer. Okay. So I'll just show you how to create customers. It's same like all vendors. We have all customers here, as you can see. Accounts receivable, customers and all customers. Accounts receivable, customers and all customers. Click on all customers. Do we have any customer? So it opened, right? So you can see here, it's empty form. We don't have any customer. We'll create a new customer. See, to create a new customer, you have to click here on new. New. It should take the customer account number automatically, as I'm assuming. Let's see. See, it is taking this customer number as MRF 000001. But I don't want this customer number in this format. I don't want. I want it in a different format. How can I change it? Any guess?
Go to accounts receivable parameters.
Okay, I'll change this company back to MRF. Accounts receivable parameters.
And their number sequences.
Okay.
We have number sequences.
Yes, number sequences.
Customer accounts. We have to.
Very first one we have is customer account. Okay, I'll just click on this number sequence. So it will automatically open the menu where it is say taking the default format, legal entity and 6 digits and all. So you can change this format if you want to. If you want to change it, you can click on MRF and remove this company from here. And you can just give it as CUST, customer. 6 digits, yes, 6 digits and 6 digit. And the next number you can give it as 1 and you can make it as a continuous. Right? So we have reframed the number sequence for my customers. Now I can create a customer. I'll just refresh it. Here also I'll save it. Once I refresh it, I'll create a new customer. See here, it took automatically customer 000001. Okay, so this is a compulsory field. So usually it automatically takes this customer account number. For uploading data, we will give the customer account number and we will upload the data. That's another process. Oh, there are two compulsory fields, as you can see here in the customer master. Customer name and the customer group. Both of them are compulsory. Give a customer name. Suggest a customer name, guys. Suggest a car company.
Yeah.
Car company.
Tata Motors.
Tata Motors.
We have it as a vendor already. Let's suggest something else.
Kia, KIA.
Okay, very good. Kia Motors. Okay, customer group. Let it be wholesaler or retailer, anything. It doesn't matter. We'll just give it as wholesaler or 01 group number. So as soon as I give it here, I see terms of payment automatically getting updated. Because for the customer group, we have given the terms of payment. For the customer group of wholesalers of 01, we gave net 30 days. So if it is a Indian customer, you can give Indian currency. If it is a local customer, since it's a US legal entity, you can give US dollar. If it is a foreign customer and you mostly deal with this customer in foreign currency, you can give that particular foreign currency here. Okay, let it be US dollar. And you have delivery terms, mode of delivery, all these are configured in sales and marketing module. Actually, how to deliver it, what are the delivery terms and all details. It's done by supply chain consultants. On sales tax group, if you have any, you can give. Sales tax exempt number also you can give. That's all. Source code, I don't know what is this source code indicating. Not sure, specific to US maybe. Other than this, I have addresses. Here I can give address of this vendor, country or region it belonging to, and where it is situated. Something like this, which city, postal code, city, state, I can give anything. City, I'll just select this King Cove. And I can give the phone number and all details here. Else, you can just give the mandatory details and save it. Once after saving also, you can give all these details. It's not compulsory thing. So I'll just save it here, as you can see. Once after saving, I give the details. If I save, see customer account is created here, customer 001. It's an organization only, and Kia Motors is the name, customer group number 1. I can see other details as well, and the language of the customer is taken by default as English US, since our company's official language is English US. And addresses, you can add addresses of the customer. Yeah. So this address that you have added there is automatically picked, and this is the primary address. So you can add one more address as the delivery address of the customer. This is the business address, right? So you might deliver the goods to the delivery address. So you can add one more address as the delivery address, so that whenever you are creating any sales order for delivery purpose, that delivery address will be picked automatically. Okay, so that's important. If you have to deliver goods to customer to a separate place, or if the customer is having 2 or 3 delivery addresses, you can create all those addresses here, and you can pick one of the address. So Kia Motors warehouse. So to the warehouse only you will supply, right? So warehouse I will give. Purpose of the address is delivery, and it's located in US itself. I'll give something else like 256 lane, something like that. And city or state, I can give the same city name, King Cove. So not Kind Cove, it should be King Cove. Yes. And I'll just not giving it as primary because it's not a primary address. This is a primary address. So I'll send the goods to this address and send the invoices to this address. Right? Business address, I'll send the invoices because payments will be done from here. Goods I'll send to this address, to the warehouse. So this is how I can create multiple addresses for the customer. Again, you have normal details like contact information, you can add them. Contact information like phone, right? Phone, contact number, something can give. Extension number like +91, +41, +11, anything. If it's a primary contact, assign it as primary contact. Other than phone, you can add all the details just like in under vendor. Okay. Other than that, we have many details. So most of them are related to supply chain itself. We can also see the we will specifically focus more on the finance side details of the customer master record, like something linked to credit and collection, sales order default, payment defaults, financial dimensions. That would be all. Maybe mostly finance is related to that, and remaining all options we available are mostly for supply chain, for transportation, for retail, for warehouse management, all these details. So we'll see them tomorrow. We'll discuss all the menus or whatever possible. We'll see those details for customers. So this is how I can create a customer account. So if I take new again, it will select another customer name. So see customer 002 number. Tell me another company, guys. Car company only.
Morris Garage.
Morris Garage will not buy from MRF.
Hyundai.
Okay, Hyundai, Volvo. Volvo is a very rich car. We are not going for rich cars. Hyundai Motors. Okay, which is one of the economical cars, upper middle class. Okay. US, and I can give another group if I want to, like retail customers. When I change it, terms of payment will automatically change, because for retail customers I gave it as net 15 days, right? Like that. And addresses as you wish, you can give any address. 865 Martin Avenue, and you can save it. One second. Yeah. So we have two customers now. Customer 1 Kia Motors, customer 2 Hyundai Motors. Okay, we can create as many customers as you want, or if a company is being newly implemented, suppose, and they have their customers already in the legacy system. Legacy system means in the previous ERP, whatever they are using. So if they have customers in it, normally they want to upload the same customers here into Dynamics. So we have a specific Excel format for importing customer accounts. So in order to import customer accounts, again, you should have customer groups in place, right? Customer groups should be created, because customer record cannot be created without assigning customer group. If you don't create customer groups only, then you cannot import the customers even through a template also. So first thing is that you should create the dependencies first. What are that are main for creating a record? Suppose for creating customer record, you should have customer group in place. So you have to first create customer group, or first import the customer groups through data management, later import the customers. In order to create a posting profile, for suppose, you need to have customer groups or customers, or first thing is that you need to have main accounts. If you do not link a chart of accounts, and if you are going to configure a posting profile, then system will not allow you, because you don't have an account at all. So which account will you give in the posting profile if you configure posting profile? Because in posting profile, summary account is a compulsory field. You have to fill that field, right? Without having accounts, you can't fill that field. So you have to always ensure that the dependencies are configured first. Later, you can go with that particular configuration. So in the customer master or create customer account, the dependencies are customer groups. So you should have customer groups first, because this record is dependent on customer group. It's a compulsory field, right? That's why. You got the logic? What I was saying? All of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So for today, we'll stop it until here. Tomorrow we'll see the menu details within the customer master. And after that, we'll see the operations or the transactions, customer payments. So remind me about the customer post-dated check payment tomorrow. Okay, we'll also do that for the customers. Earlier for vendors we have done, right? For customers also we'll do it. And we will also do invoices, free text invoices, then the sales orders. Before that, I'll also show you sales quotation concept, sales quotation, sales orders and sales order invoices, payments, return order. We'll discuss all these concepts. Okay, take some time, like 3 to 4 days or more, but we'll complete it in this week mostly. Okay. Anything else, guys, to share or any doubts?
No.
Okay, I'll just stop the recording.